Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Our current session focuses on what is accent. I hope and expect by the end of this session you would be able to understand the term and its use in sociolinguistics. Well, my dear students, if we define the term accent, we may say it is a distinctive way of pronouncing a language, especially one associated with a particular country, area, or a social class. So mainly, the focus point is pronunciation. It is a kind of a way of a particular, choice of pronouncing words. As an example, I would say generally we use these kind of phrases, a strong American accent or an Indian accent, or for that matter, sometimes we say somebody's speaking English in Pakistani accent. Another definition that I'd like to share of the term accent is, it is a distinct emphasis given to a syllable or word in speech by stress or pitch. For example, the accent falls on the middle syllable. When we say it like this, it means we are talking about certain intonation, we are talking about certain pitch, certain stress and unstress on certain syllables. Well, as far as sociolinguistics is concerned, the term accent or accent is a manner of pronunciation peculiar to an individual, local, location and nation. So there are two important aspects to understand. A, this is about pronunciation. B, this can be the way of pronunciation of an individual, or this can be of a group, which can be a group based on a particular location, or which can be a group based on a social identity, or this can be a nation even. Well, my dear students, an accent may be identified with the locality in which its speakers reside, where its speakers live. That can be a regional or geographical accent. However, there can be an accent that is based on socio-economic status of the speakers. So, speakers belonging to a particular class would have a particular accent. It may be identified with their ethnicity, their religion, their caste, their social class, and this would then be called a social accent. So, these terms are used, regional accent, social accent, etc., in the field of sociolinguistics. Sometimes we even use the term foreign accent. Well, my dear students, accents typically differ in quality of the voice, pronunciation and distinction of vowels and consonants, stress and prosody. Well, as far as grammar, semantics, vocabulary and other language characteristics are concerned, they often vary concurrently with the accent, but they are not strictly speaking a part of the accent. Actually, here I would like to say that they all together, this variation then would be called a dialect, not an accent. It is really difficult to measure or predict how long it takes for an accent to be formulated. For example, accents in the US, Canada and Australia developed from the combinations of different accents and languages in different societies and their effect on various pronunciations of English settlers who settled here in these areas. Predicting the age at which the non-native language is learned is something important as a variable when it comes to the learning of some particular accent. Actually, in this regard, a very significant theory is presented. The critical period theory talks about what is the age when it is possible to learn an accent quickly. So, according to this theory, if learning takes place after the critical period that is usually considered around puberty, this is, for acquiring a native-like pronunciation after this period, it becomes really, really difficult. So, for younger children, it is, if they shift to, for example, another area or, or another country, or if they start using another language in another location, if they are young, they would learn the native-like accent. But for the grown-up people, it becomes really, really difficult. Well, there are certain social factors that play a significant role when it comes to accent. When a group defines a standard pronunciation, speakers who deviate from that, they are often said to speak with an accent. Now, this is a particular use of the term speaking with accent, which means deviating from that particular standard, which means having a variety of pronunciation that has some difference from the standard pronunciation. So, for example, people from the United States would speak with an accent from the point of view of the Australians and vice versa. So, the term is relative in the sense. For Americans, the Australians speak with an accent. For the Australians, the Americans speak with an accent. What does it mean? For whosoever, whatsoever is the standard variety, deviating from that standard variety of pronunciation would be termed as speaking with an accent. Another important social factor that is attached to the concept of accent is the prestige factor. Certain accents are perceived to carry more prestige in a social context than the other accents. So what is the result? Then those accents are, more liked by people in the sense that people aspire to use them. What is the reason? This helps them to be associated with that particular class, and especially the accent of the upper class, the elite class. People would aspire to use that because this would then be used as a connecting point. This would help them establish their identity as elite.